Well, welcome to my updated concept map, and the goal of this is to provide AAA video game developers with data to increase their development productivity. So the business need behind this is video game development. Can cost anywhere from 50 to 300 million to develop, especially for AAA games. And then, so we want to kind of find potential variables that contribute to video game success, and that variables can be its Metacritic score, the release date, the video game genre, and these are all just kind of factors about a video game or describing factors that can be called variables. So, affected individuals or departments are AAA video game developers, video game publishers, and the consumers. Our data collection will be collecting data via open resources from Kaggle and video game charts. And we're going to be using units shipped as a metric as success. This is due to video game sales numbers being often private and held in-house by the video games developers. So for our results and for our statistical analysis, we're going to be using methods such as linear regression, hypothesis testing, and applied probability. And the intended outcome is to provide variables that show a relationship to increase a game's total units shipped, and this will help establish a healthy development of video games and increase quality. Just some feedback from earlier in the semester, just updated the concept map to include AAA video games only to narrow down the focus. There are other types of video game development, such as indie games, and then using video game shipped as a measurement of success. So our data source, we're going to be combining Kaggle and video game charts. Video game charts provides publicly sourced data containing variables. In this database, there are variables such as the console, the publisher, developer, and the critic score. Meanwhile, Kaggle will also provide historical information on video games, such as the series, genre, developer, publisher. Kaggle does provide sales figures. However, these are video games that were developed nearly 15 years ago. So the information on sales has been released. Current games tend to keep that data private. So our statistic methodology, we're going to be using hypothesis testing to determine if Metacritic score has an impact on video game success, to see if there is no impact from the Metacritic score or Metacritic score can potentially impact the units of a video game shipped. I'll also be using applied probability to determine if a game is more likely to reach higher units shipped based off its genre. So, for instance, if action video games are more likely to be marketable to consumers and have a higher unit ship. Linear regression, we can use linear regression models to determine how video game budgets impact the unit ship. So if there's higher budgets, we can check to see how many units are being shipped and to see if there's relationship between those two. With some alternative approaches, study on microtransactions, which are in-game purchases, could be an interesting topic, and it could potentially be another metric of success. However, this data is privately owned by companies and isn't generally never released to the public and always kept in-house by the video game publishers. Logistic regression, mainly the regression models will be focusing on the binary outcomes that determine probability. This is kind of limited with video games as it performs a yes or no outcome. So the importance is established what variables or factors can increase the game unit ship for AAA video games. And the methodology we want to use behind this is using publicly sourced databases to apply hypothesis testing, apply probability, and linear regression to the models to find factors that can increase the unit shipped. And this is going to help drive meaningful change in video game development, because it's going to help lower development costs and crunch time, as resources will be allocated properly. and it can narrow down the focus of video game development. So the budget's going to be spent resourcefully, and this can help impact video game decision making when determining what a specific genre is, and with the hope with that increased productivity and a narrow scope for development. Resources were going to be allocated to optimize units shipped so video games can increase in quality. Thank you.